That's a recipe to put a vagabond on his hands and knees. And more than Moses on side of him. Never show full of sympathy. One world of wood and living. Oh, man. That's a man.
Wow, hadn't been out here in a while, maybe a day or two. Is she on? I guess so. This is that song, that Scottish Girl. I normally go to every single page. This is one of those that got to me. This girl, this Scottish girl, young girl, I don't know. I don't like it when it's this thing is so hard to angle. They don't have a monitor on the front. This Scottish girl sent me a video, or not even a video, just a hello. And I went to her page and it said my first video. She's got a thick Scottish accent, not thick, but Scottish, and she. Anyway, I was really touched by this a couple days ago, and then yesterday was the best as far as those kind of things. One of them really got to me, you know. Whoop. Man, just having trouble all around today. I like it up higher a little. There, camera. But this kid, this Greek boy, young boy, must be 12 or so, sent me just a hello from my friend request, and it said, I'll look at all their videos. Normally I'll go down the list and look at them, and I looked at what he had, and it said Green Day, When September Ends cover, guitar cover. I thought, okay. And it was him. This was one of the most beautiful things I'd ever seen. Just what a kid, you know, what a deal. It was like time travel for me. Green Day, When September Ends cover, which because of him, I covered that last night and did something pretty cool with it. But it's him on his roof, and it's just sublime. I mean, I watched it several times, and you know, kind of half wept every time, because he's on his roof, and the wind's blowing, there's dust and there's rain, and you hear this kind of real meek sort of guitar sound at first, but then he's not hitting all the notes. Sometimes when you're playing, there's not enough time in the figure to hit all the notes, but he's rhythmically representing the song really well, you know, and it's real simple and sort of emo punkish. I don't know, it's just kiddish, you know, childlike, not childish, but childlike. And he plays, and the wind's blowing, and it blows him aside, and he's got this metal guitar, and he plays it all the way through, you know. And he's Greek, and on his rooftop it's dark, it's windy, it's dusty, it's raining, literally blowing him. He's this tiny kid, the guitar is as big as he is, and he wants it so bad, you know, that he goes all the way through, and I was just so touched by that because it's like me, you know. I left him a message. I was like, man, you've already figured it out. No matter what happens, just keep playing, and everything will work out for you. And I translated it to Greek and left it for him too. Billy did anyway. He's not too bad of a guy sometimes. Found The Big Muddy by Bruce. It reminded me, I found Jimmy Wood, this harmonica player I used to know. And he got old, man, finally. Coolest guy I ever knew. Played with Bruce. He actually had a pink Cadillac. Crushed velvet seats, you know, just the coolest guy I ever knew, really. That was in the early 90s, and he was already probably 45, so he'd be about 65 now. Maybe 70. He was trying real hard to make it on his own, but he just never did, you know. I found a video of him, Jimmy Wood. He's an old man now, gray, kind of like me. And then that reminded me of Bruce Springsteen, The Big Muddy, which I used to play all the time and just loved the song, and there it is. I found it. Yeah, that kid, that Greek kid, and the Scottish girl really got to me. Her friend had committed suicide, and she made that. I love that song. I decided to get back into playing guitar more, because that's why I did Whole Lotta Love first, to show people, you know, hey, I'm a player, you know, I play. Keyboards are much easier to work with. With guitar, I feel obliged to show people how it's played, how it's done. I could do guitar songs all day long, lead guitar, but with keyboard, somehow guitar is so human and natural, you feel like you got to show, they all want to see it anyway, how it's done, how you play the parts. But keyboards can be like that, but they're sort of more sterile. You sort of always guess that they're electronically produced, and I don't think not as many people want to see that, you know. And it's really hard for me to make the ones with lead guitar because, well, now I have this camera, it makes it a little easier. But to play the same lead 100 times in a loop, or the same song 100 times in a loop, to get the perfect audio and video take is insanity. And when you do post-production, in other words, when you just do the sound after the video, or if they're not done together, it's different, slightly sometimes, but I can make it look exactly, but it still doesn't feel right anyway. I came out to make a vlog a couple days ago, and I forgot about this one too, Bruce. I like Bruce, but I've never been one of the nuts about him. He's a good writer. Usually his productions are so simple, but I came out to do these a vlog, and I was going to do my 3 angel stories, one of which is they all 3 tie together over nearly 50 years of life. And this next door neighbor guy came out the other day, and I was like, he just destroyed my vibe, you know. So I hadn't done a vlog since then. It also got me into Annie, and I just couldn't go there yet. Let's see. Music kind of gives you a little pad, and I used to think. I set Hal up to, the way I do it is I gather up people who like an artist and then a song that I like, and believe it or not, I like 2 Britney Spears songs a lot. I like Hit Me Baby One More Time. My friend Tommy, when that first came out, that must have been the late 90s maybe, uh, he's a film editor and real snot about it too, you know, and he's not very good. A lot of times he works from EDLs or edit decision lists, so he's not doing anything artistic. He's just executing on the computer the edits the director wants, you know. And I do both film and video, but I'll do anything. I just love editing. And the magic happens in the edit more than anything else. Mainly what is not said or not left in. But he showed me that I was at his house and he was going down from coke and crack addiction, and I was that was the first time I'd been out. And I mean, he had the $300,000 Abbott system strung all over his living room with a pit bull chewing on the wiring, you know, and this kind of sort of shady black guy living with him who was like his dealer, but not his friend and his dealer. God, it was just crazy. Oh, that's where I met Anthony, Madonna's brother. He stayed with me for a while. That was weird. Fucker was drunk every minute of every day, and I didn't drink then, or did I? Not like I could. No, I didn't. But he was like, look at this Britney Spears video. I didn't know who she was. She had just come out. And I just saw a girl in a schoolgirl outfit, you know, doing like dance music. And he goes, no, there's something to this, you know. Just her whole thing. There's something that's neat to this. It's more than just dance stuff. And it still kind of just is dance stuff. But then later I saw that. Then I was like, man, you know, hot chick in a schoolgirl outfit singing dance music, seen it, done it. Hell, I got one at home. I don't get the schoolgirl outfit thing. Now I do. I do now, but I didn't get that. Why that was supposed to be sexy back then. You know, I was just like, I'd come in like, baby, you got on a little schoolgirl outfit. You going to school or something? You know? Why don't you get undressed? We'll make love. You know, I was like, I didn't get it. Now I do. I always went for French maid though. But so anyway, got some of her videos have 100 million hits. The most hits on YouTube is that it's Ohio State marching band, 1.5 billion hits. But if I like a song, oh, I'm covering this. It's beautiful. Simply Red, if you don't know me by now. And I'm doing more guitar work now, especially since my arm's numb and I can't really lift it up too high. It works in guitar position, but that's it. Just one of them deals. You can bitch about it or just accept the way things are and move on, you know. And to be honest, I've done it for work and play and a living. Overall what makes my stuff work now is producing and engineering and producing. It's helped me tremendously to get away from I used to just couldn't wait to play guitar all the way through a track, and now I see it as like sort of a paintbrush. It's like I can put some very tasteful stabs and noise and rhythm here and there, but no instrument should ever interfere with the vocal. And I used to just step all over my own vocals and everybody else's at times. But that's why when you play, they'll say an engineer or producer, play all the way through the track, and I'd rip all the way through, and then they end up editing out all but about, you know, maybe 15 seconds of it in a 4-minute song. But it's just better that way, you know. But yeah, with Britney Spears, I mean, or any song the other one is Toxic. She has a song that's just incredible. I challenge any metalhead to crank that up and not see that this is really genius, you know. The strings are a little annoying sounding, but there's something in that song that's so just completely outrageously sexy. And the producer knew enough to know that full spectrum keyboards they cause listener fatigue. So he stripped it down to where there's just like a telephone EQ or megaphone EQ on some of the shit. It bugged me when that guy came out the other day and I was really into a nice story. And he was looking at me like, are you crazy talking to yourself? He couldn't really see the camera. And I was like, I just felt invaded. I really love people, but even when I was a kid, I'd much rather play alone because I think I do more clever stuff on my own, deeper, you know. Oh, yeah, so if I choose songs that I really, really just love, I think there's really something sublime and incredible with that song, and choose everybody else who likes that song and hit them with a friend request, even though I'm mainly I love all kinds of music. There's not a kind of music I won't at least try and listen to big varieties, but I don't limit myself, you know. Man, there's some kind of energy or frequency that sort of resonates with people. If they like that song too, then I mean, Britney Spears fans have been incredible. A couple hundred of them have subscribed. They've been very, very, very friendly. Comments and everything. Plus, man, when I was in Beverly Hills, before I really know who they were, you know, I knew who Paris was. That little fucker's all over. I'm tired of her, man. I was trying living next to her, around her, you know. One night I was talking to my friend Mike at this corner store at Wilshire and Kiss from Us, which I love the production on that. I was sitting there talking with the Korean convenience store owner on the corner. Like, I lived on South Clark in Beverly Hills, and right on the corner on Wilshire there's a convenience store. And Mike, the Korean guy who owns it, this is years ago, they'd put me on prescription morphine, and I always took it as prescribed, but I was kind of, you'll kind of like close your eyes when you're talking to somebody sometimes and nod out and kind of look at them. And I was standing at the counter. I'd talk to him sometimes about different stuff. And, hey, Mr. Hey, you want to talk? What you doing, man? I was this, you know, he's a cool guy. And I was sitting there at the counter, and Paris and two of her buddies came in that she was like brat packing with. They were like that Lohan girl and Brittany and Paris. I guess they used to pal around. I really didn't. I was out of touch with that. But I was there in like a long Texas Ranger coat, all in black, with like a cowboy hat on, and standing at the corner. And I lost. One girl came in and said, "Man, you're like way too thin. You know, you've lost like 80 pounds, like a gajillion pounds." Erwan was her name. She just saw me knew me from random, you know. And my God, you're a skeleton. I was standing there, and anyway, they come in, and I'd been talking to Mike, and I stopped talking so he could do business with them. And I kind of looked up, you know, and I was nodding out, and I looked up, and I just thought there were some pretty girls. And the lead blonde said something to me like, "Looks like you're busy tonight," or something, you know, or "Well, you look like you got your hands on." I don't know what she said, but I kind of remember tipping my eye up. I looked over at her, I just said something like, "You girls look like trouble." And kind of eyeballed them all and went back into a nod, waiting for Mike to finish. And then when they left, he goes, "How you know Paris? She big bitch." And I go, "Man, she's all over the neighborhood. You can't miss her." Shit like that happens to you every day when you live in Hollywood or Beverly Hills. Every fucking day. Jimmy Wood, man. That was sad kind of to see him old now with gray hair. He's a blues harmonica guy that really rocks. No, lo siento, mi amiga, you know, yo no tengo videolog para muchos días porque yo no sé, pero para tú este videolog, mi bueno amiga, Gracias por, ¿cómo se dice? Tu vermio. Posiblemente yo aprenda español es tranquilo. Para mí, posible. So, oh, you know what else? I've got to start. Once I do a song, I like live it for that afternoon and evening, sometimes for a day or a week. And then once I get my mixes done, I usually I bounce them over to iTunes, full resolution, and then forget about it. And I found I was sitting out here trying to make a vlog yesterday or whatever, and it got rained out and so on. I covered her song, The Mummer's Dance, and believe it or not, it sounds big as her, you know. But I found, like, I let the playlist play, my iTunes playlist. I found like at least 8 songs that I did in like one day or in the middle of the night and forgot about, and every one of them was, each one was like better than the last, and I'd forgotten about it. But like I say, I'm going to get into more guitar stuff. I did a couple of songs by Pink Floyd, The Wall. I thought I might redo the entire Wall, one song a day, and post them with a video. But and I'm doing them with guitar. I did one that just a stunner, but totally changed it, you know. But it's the ear candy. So I thought I might, for fun, do that. It's no longer anymore about being famous or doing something impressive. It's about, well, it is about, I guess, something impressive, being famous or success, because I'm relatively sure with my health I'll never leave this little patch of earth. I'm good with that. Wish it would hurry up. But it's more about challenging myself. It's like, what can I do? What can I do with these songs? It's just me, the chord charts, the lyrics, and a computer. It's like, what can I bring to this? What can I do with this that serves it well and also is something people would enjoy? I uploaded everything from Rag. You should do that too. He has one of these cameras. I just uploaded every single thing from it the other day to YouTube as private video files, and then I can set those to release in the future at any time. I can be like Elvis even after I'm dead. I can be releasing videos, you know. But it's so weird. It's so great being alone and doing all this. Somebody said, are you lonely? No. I just have accepted the way things are, and it's not cool to be with somebody when you're not well, like me. They're a pain in my ass, and I'm a pain in their ass. So no, not lonely at all. Never have been. People just cause you trouble and heartache. Not always, but, well, yeah, always. You kind of got to accept there's good parts too. But several people had commented, hey, you had a major video, and I get lazy with it, I guess. Yeah, that kid played Green Day. I love that Greek kid. It's so touching. It's just touching. Everything about it. He's a real trooper, man. He doesn't give up. And I left him a note and said, man, you figured it out already. Storms will blow up your entire life and try to take you away from the thing you love. No matter what, you don't even know what's happening. You don't know what's going on in your life. You just keep playing all the time, every day, and things will work out. You know, and really, I was just telling him about myself and what I do. That's been true. I hope it's true for him. I don't know what's going to come of any of this, or a lot of great things already have. But I mean, it's mutated from being a guy who's making a short film and all kinds of cool videos and music to a thing about a guy who is more sort of making peace with everyone and everything and every song and letting people come along for the ride, although I know I'm in this alone. I'm not asking for any help, don't want any, don't want to be fooled with, but I figure I can let people watch this thing. That's, you know, it does remind me of that movie where the guy is bleeding, and the more people that log on, they've got him wired up to bleed more, and they keep logging on. Finally, they kill him. Not that anybody's killing me, but the people who follow this and get to know it will probably get to see me live out my last joyfully, I might add. It just came to a point where it's like there wasn't anything left for me out there. You know, I've had everything in the world. And I realized music had been my best friend my whole life, and I'd forgotten all about that. That's what that kid reminded me of. And when everybody had betrayed me or abandoned me, music was still there, you know, and I realized, well, it's been my best friend my whole life. You know, it's all I knew, it's all I wanted to do, and I got sidetracked, and it's all I know, and I just felt like, you know what, I went back to cowboys and music. I grew up as a cowboy, and somebody said, when you're working with somebody, always go back to their roots, know who they are first, and what they are, what they do, and can represent. So I hadn't thought about cowboys in years. There you go. Definitely going to do the Pink Floyd songs as Billy Bob material. There's just something kooky, funny, cool about cowboys doing Pink Floyd, and doing it well, though. That's pretty much it. I'm kind of worried about what's Violet. Kind of worried about her. She hasn't said anything, but I can tell since she's been through some tough things. Seems like a real neat person. Grazie, amica. Ahora mi toro viejo gusta tu mejor, or yo no tengo palabras para este, pero finito, finis, freaking loud. So yeah, it's all okay. It will be okay too. It is okay.